I was an undergraduate at Bard College, and I had somehow found myself neck deep in a thesis on Charles Olson's Maximus poems, which was beginning to take its toll on my youthful psyche. I found it hard to include myself in Olson's particular polis, with its apparently giant, lance-wielding male figure projecting himself over and over onto the feminized landscape of Gloucester, Massachusetts. There was something terribly oppressive about all of this. Yet as I began to react against it, it occurred to me that a reaction alone is not always an adequate beginning. What I needed was a new place to start from. In Notley's poems, I began to sense what this new space might look like. In her poem, At Night the States, she writes, "But in like a dream, the floor is no longer discursive. To me, it doesn't please me by being the vistas out my window. Do you know what, of course not, I mean? I have no dreams of wakefulness in wakefulness, and so to begin." Alice Notley is a poet of beginnings. She begins again and again with an act of disobedience, one that seeks to dismantle the traps laid out by inherited poetic norms. In her 1996 epic, The Descent of Alette, the speaker begins with a recognition of her own entrapment. We who are nature, when nothing else is, we are all trapped below. We can only go down, farther, down. Down is now the only way to rise, come and wait with us, to descend. Here, descent becomes not only inheritance, but a point of entry. I entered a car in which I seemed to see double. Each person I looked at seemed to spread out as if doubled. I entered a cave in which I instantly divided into 3 separate figures, chained together in single file. In this descent, which is the only way to rise, the speaker discovers or uncovers a singular I within the plural, and a new space from which to speak. Alice Notley was born in Arizona and grew up in California. She has published over 25 books of poetry, including Mysteries of Small Houses in 1998, which won the Los Angeles Times Book Prize, and Disobedience in 2001, which was awarded the Griffin International Poetry Prize. Her recent work includes Graves of Light, New and Selected Poems, which received the Lenore Marshall Poetry Prize, In the Pines, 2007, Culture of One, 2011, and Songs and Stories of the Ghouls, also from 2011. Please join me in welcoming Alice Notley.